Hello and welcome back to Rev Endurance Sports and another edition of What is in Our Stand Today. Now that's a hashtag you can follow across all my social media. What is in our stand today? Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course here on YouTube. I want to show you something, and this isn't to call out the customer or embarrass the customer in any way. This is, like many of my videos here on this channel, they're educational in nature. And of course, when I see something that I want to share with you folks, it just so happens it's on a bike, it's on a customer's bike. Anyway, we live really close to the ocean. My shop is about 6 miles as the crow flies to the ocean. And one of the most popular places to ride is Pacific Coast Highway, PCH. Unfortunately, that proximity to the ocean and salt air corrodes everything. And I was in the Marine Corps, and unfortunately I was stationed on board an aircraft carrier because I was an aircraft mechanic to a plane that had a tailhook. But we were constantly cleaning the planes because just corrosion would just tear into everything. And here's the situation with this bike. So I want to show you a few things, and I want you to look, and there are things on this bike that should never have corrosion on them. So let's say, for example, you're looking at these brake lines here. I mean, that you could just see the actual nut that goes into the caliper, but now you can see how the paint is bubbling underneath this brake caliper, right? So you've got a lot of corrosion going on there. I had to dig out these limit screws from underneath. There was a lot of sand that was packed in here, and I just kind of got that out of the way, but now the actual screws are corroded. And this worries me because when it's time to do an adjustment, the heads of this stuff could strip out. And then if we look at the back brake, we've also got the same type of paint bubbling. You could see it right there. And also on the side here, on this RS505 system. Let's see if I can get this to focus in. So you see that there. You can see it on the back portion of the brake. And, we've also got it other parts of the bike. So for example, on the wheels, we've got nipples that are just corroded. There's a few that are cracked. This is hard to do with one hand. So I just want to vaguely or just briefly show you that. And then, the cassette has also got corrosion on it. You can see that there. So, I just want you folks to pay attention to your bike. Give it some love, give it some TLC. All you need is maybe a freshwater rinse from a spritzer bottle, and just hose it down. Just spray it with the spritzer bottle and just wipe it down. I use Dawn here in the shop, but if you just use any type of freshwater rinse so that you're able to remove the salt and just drop a little bit of lube on each one of the nipples, wipe off the excess, or even with that little bit of lube you put on there, scrub it a little bit with a toothbrush. Literally it takes you 1 to 2 minutes per wheel. That's it. And you can prolong the lifespan of your nipples and your spokes because they won't be corroded. Well, we're going to put another set of wheels on here because, as I mentioned, some of these nipples are cracked. Wasn't able to capture that on video at this point, but some of the nipples are cracked, and we got a new set of head wheels. We got them at a reduced price. They took care of me. They took care of my customer. And that's what we're going to do here. New chain and cassette because all that stuff's corroded. So anyway, it just costs a lot more money instead of a little bit of elbow grease to keep your stuff clean. Okay, that's all for today. Please like and subscribe. We'll see you up the road.